Good Good evening, everyone. And here we are on the platform of Metamorphosis, again with a wonderful session, reimagining education in the age of artificial intelligence. Since artificial intelligence is ruling over the social media, the world, the humans in general, and each and everyone is addicted to the mobiles, to the laptops, and where we find humans not being connected on a humanitarian level. So now the age is there to connect on the humanitarian level, where we need to connect with educators who have that expertise, that knowledge, that how education can be transformed on a humanitarian basis also. So on today's session, I will be having a wonderful guest who is going to speak on this, and I'm going to grill ma'am on wonderful questions, getting the feedbacks from her that how we can reimagine, because it's easy to say reimagining, but we are not able to implement it. So ma'am is going to give us the way, strategies and ideas how to reimagine education in the age of artificial intelligence. Speaking about artificial intelligence, I would like to just share something. When NEP policy has said that, yes, it's time to inculcate artificial intelligence, but how much is required and what is the right proportion for what age group, and how educators can pick up this so that they can blend it in the academics in the school also. The age of artificial intelligence is just around the corner. It presents that AI-based technologies that represent a significant change for the learning and teaching process. The article describes the potential of the personalized learning, automated assessment, chatbots, predictive models, intelligent robots, and virtual and augmented reality for education by reviewing the scientific literature. In today's times, knowledge of these technologies is essential for teachers, but how much is essential, we are not aware. In the article, there is a qualitative survey that has involved teachers connected to artificial intelligence. But what is the aim of Metamorphosis? Why is Metamorphosis conducting these kind of sessions, and what is the aim? The aim of our survey is to assess the perceptions of educators about the use of AI in education. Whereas our results will show that educators are open to these technologies, regardless of generation and discipline. The study will summarize the appropriate use of these technologies, the role of teachers, their attention to the students, and their active communication, which I think is the most neglected aspect, as only then this can lead to effective education in the age of artificial intelligence. So today, before I invite the guest of today on this show, we have Aruna Suresh ma'am. And before introducing her, well, warm welcome, ma'am.
Pardon?
Warm welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
So before I introduce about ma'am, I would like technical help to show the song of Metamorphosis, and we will proceed further. Lalitji, you can show the song.
कर सकता है तो मैं क्यों नहीं, क्या है उनमें ऐसा जो मुझ में नहीं। अगर कोई कर सकता है तो मैं क्यों नहीं, क्या है उनमें ऐसा जो मुझ में नहीं। झांक ले अपने भीतर खुद से आ पूछ ले, कैसी चाहे जिंदगी खुली आंखों से देख ले। मुट्ठियों को भींच गए, सांसों को खींच गए, मुट्ठियों को भींच गए, सांसों को खींच गए। सबसे टकराने को, शिखर पर जाने को मैं तैयार हूँ, मैं तैयार हूँ, मैं तैयार हूँ, मैं तैयार हूँ। कैसी भी मेरे हौसलों से कम है, अंधेरों को चीर देंगे इतना दम है। मुश्किलें हो कैसी भी मेरे हौसलों से कम है, अंधेरों को चीर देंगे इतना दम है। आओ हाथ बढ़ाएं, कुछ करके दिखाना है, सारे बहानों को आज से आग लगाना है। मुट्ठियों को भींच गए, सांसों को खींच गए, मुट्ठियों को भींच गए, सांसों को।
Thank you, Laliji. You can make me the host, and thank you for the help. So, coming back to the session, warm welcome to Aruna Suresh ma'am for taking this topic, which I think is going to be a benchmark for all the educators who will view the session today. And over introduction for Aruna ma'am, she's a retired CBSE school principal with a rich educational background, diverse experience, and a deep commitment to community service. At present, she is a freelance teacher trainer who has trained more than 2,500 teachers and 1,000 students, a resource person in ed tech companies and book publishers. Congratulations, ma'am. Guide at Get Set Up, an US-based organization for senior citizens volunteer. Wonderful. At Tare Social, an online community for senior citizens. Course developer at Udemy, volunteer trainer at Vimukti Sanstha, a registered organization for vulnerable girls living in the slums of Jaipur, a podcaster with 130 episodes. Wonderful achievement, ma'am. All the best to you for your future endeavors. And it's a privilege for Metamorphosis, for me in general, who is along with you creating awareness and education. We take this privilege to have you on board Metamorphosis to as an awakener of education. So, ma'am, introduce about yourself, your work, and what do you think reimagining education in the in the age of AI actually is? Over to you, ma'am.
So thank you, Ms. Sonal, for that wonderful intro. And I would like to add in that intro that I am an ardent advocate for the transformative power of technology. So, good evening, namaskar, and vanakkam to each one of you present here. I am Aruna Suresh. I will not give once again my introduction. A beautiful introduction was given by Ms. Sonal. I'm actually super excited to be part of this metamorphosis. When you talk about this metamorphosis, transformation, this word actually fascinates me from my childhood. I do remember, like when I was a kid of, 6th standard, I myself and my siblings go to garden, and we pluck leaves which has butterflies eggs in it and bring home, and then we put it into a jar and then close it with a tight paper, putting some holes on it, and we'll be eagerly waiting for the transformation to happen. The transformation of egg to caterpillar, and then caterpillar to cocoon, and from cocoon to butterfly. The best thing we did after that was, like, we'll again go back to garden and leave that butterfly in the garden. Nobody told us that we were not even knowing that it is like hands-on experiment, experiential learning, or you're learning by doing it. That was just, we were curious to see that transformation. We are at present in the threshold of a transformative era. That too, when the advent of artificial intelligence happened, every domain will undergo tremendous change, and it is undergoing tremendous change. Now, artificial intelligence is not only confined to, like science fiction and movies. Now it is actually reality. It is reshaping all the industries, economies, and society also. So we are here to explore reimagining education and to, harness the potential available with artificial intelligence to create an engaging, inclusive, and effective learning environment for the children. And I'm very sure that, progress will not happen in isolation, but in collaboration and, discussions and mutually exchange knowledge. And I feel this is a wonderful, incredible, I should say, opportunity for me to share my ideas through this talk show, Metamorphosis. So, many times, when a new thing enters in any domain, people do not accept it easily. They there will be issues, there will be debates around that, and they will focus on the threats and dangers and challenges in that, instead of looking at the potential it has to change the or transform the whole society. So, many times I have heard people, I have nothing to do with artificial intelligence. So I don't have to bother about artificial intelligence. It does not matter for me. But dear friends, like, if you ever used Google Map for your navigation, then, and if you've ever used Grammarly to grammar check your digital content, if you've ever used Alexa and Siri to create your shopping list, and ever used virtual assistants in your device, smart devices, and if you've ever used, uh, connecting with the technology in a different format, then, my dear friends, you should understand that you are already into artificial intelligence. You're using it without even knowing it. It is actually artificial intelligence. So we cannot actually say that it doesn't matter for me. The I should say the genie is out of the bottle, and now we cannot actually, get it back into the bottle. And we what could be done is, we need to really understand, we need to adapt, and we need to utilize the potential artificial intelligence has for the benefit of actually the student community. And I would not say it is only student, the whole, I should say, the whole education industry is going to be benefited out of this. And so AI really matters. So 10 years before, if anybody had told me that you don't have to have any typing skill to create digital content, the machine will do it for you. And if you don't have PowerPoint presenting skills, don't worry, the PowerPoint presentation will be created by machines. And you don't have to have any video creating skills. To create a video, the machine will create a video for you. I would have actually said, I would have rather laughed and said, you are just kidding. But then, all the above said are possible with the help of technology and artificial intelligence. So, like this is happening, and we should actually understand that, and we should try to accept it. That is what it is all about. So let me tell you, like, what is artificial intelligence. Like, in a simple word, I don't want to go into a very detailed definition or else ChatGPT definition kind of thing. I would like to tell you in a very simple manner, it is duplication of human intelligence. Just duplication of human intelligence, mimicking human intelligence, or you can put it simulation of human intelligence. So, like, you will be surprised to know that human beings are giving trainings to machines to act or else think and act like human beings. And these human beings who are giving training, they themselves know this artificial intelligence is going to supersede them one day. And it has started, that in many of the areas, artificial intelligence is actually superseding human behavior, right? Now, the biggest question is what artificial intelligence can do. It is like ocean. I could say in a simple word, if I have to say, I will say it can do anything and everything. It can handle large data. Might be a human being will take a lot of time to analyze it, but with the click of a button, that can handle a large data and can provide analyze it and provide insights to you. And it can help you to go for help in decision making processes and robotics. And it will create help you to actually go for virtual classrooms, creating contents, curating contents, and they I mean, it is a number, you cannot even name them, right? And if you ask me what AI can do in education, then like it will help you to automatically do the grading system, track the attendance, the classroom logistics can be managed with the artificial intelligence. It will help the teachers to create lesson plans. It will help you to generate question papers. It will help in personalized learning, adapted learning, virtual classrooms, content creation, and like doing researches. And then like again here also, in every arena of education, artificial intelligence is going to be helpful for a teacher. Now, one thing I would like to say, like, if a teacher has to make the student ready for artificial intelligence, then the teacher has to update herself on that, right? Like we are here for with a great enthusiasm and purpose, we are here to discuss about the topic that uniting technology and artificial intelligence with educators is the key. So like I mean, as educators, we should be at the forefront in this transformative journey. As educators, we should take the initiative to get into it, know it, and you have to bring it into the classroom or bring it into the school. So like it is a very very significant subject at this point of time, how to unite technology and artificial intelligence with educators. So a lot of professional developments should happen, lot of trainings should actually happen. Now in case if the teachers are not updated, they will definitely be stamped as outdated. They will definitely be stamped as outdated. So because we as educators, I always used to say they should be a non-stop learner, lifelong they should be learning to, and then they should have this tendency or attitude to change themselves as per the need of the hour. Because I've seen many times like teachers are very comfortable with traditional methodology of teaching, and they don't want to come out of that comfort zone. It happens. Like I would also like to reflect when before diving deep into the topic, uh, we should reflect upon the traditional methodology of teaching.
Wonderful, ma'am. So
Why
over to you. Yeah, over to you, ma'am. Since you've been taking so many offline sessions also, I have been watching. So do you think, I would not mention about urban cities. Do you think Jaipur is also not, you can say, a rural place? It's also advancing. Do you think the teachers are equipped with this knowledge?
What is your question? Do you think the teachers are
Equipped? आता है उनको कि किस तरह
no
से
ma'am.
इम्प्लीमेंट
No,
करना है, क्या
no,
है?
no. We
इनके
actually,
इस
like
चीज
I've
के
been
बारे में
doing,
अवेयरनेस है?
yes, I've been doing quite a lot of schools on artificial intelligence. Like maybe even a simplest tool is totally new to them. But one thing I had noticed is they are very eager to learn it.
Learn, yeah.
And they are, when they realize what support this tools are going to give them in a bigger picture, they are like very eager to learn, because they have understood that I can use these tools to like the time taken for them to do some administrative task is going to be reduced, and they can use this I mean, I should say, golden hour to teach. Actually, we should say the core task of a teacher is to teach, and they will be able to spend more time on teaching.
So normally when educators connect with me, they say, "कि ma'am, ठीक है, artificial intelligence, we have heard about it, but how is it going to help us in the class? How is it going to help us create authentic learning outcomes?" Because children are not able to. बड़े बच्चे तो चलो कर लेंगे. Small children, if we talk about early childhood education, 3-4 years, how can they use it in the classroom?
One thing I would like to tell you here, in lower classes, that is early childhood care and education, the children will not be using artificial intelligence. The teachers will be actually bringing artificial intelligence to the classroom. Like they can use the varied tools where they can integrate that into their curriculum, and they can use it, because at that point even a basic literacy of artificial intelligence will become a little bit tough for them to understand. But definitely the next level, basic artificial intelligence literacy should be included in the curriculum. Reason being, they should be aware of all the implications of artificial intelligence, and they should know it, what is right and what is wrong. Without knowing that, if they, because like many times, like when computer system entered the education system, there were again debates going on. Now the children will not bother about learning, they will be more into machines, they will depend on machines, all those things were there. But right now every school is having their curriculum added with computers, and every school is having proper computer labs also, right? And when internet came again, the educators were actually saying, now what will happen to our children? They will be completely copying, pasting, and doing all the projects and results and everything. But then right now every school is having Wi-Fi inside the campus. So it happens the similar way. Artificial intelligence is right now being debated, but I am 100% sure that this will be taken into the schools. There are challenges, we will be talking about it later. There are many challenges, but the risk and fear should not make us run away from innovations. We need to actually, whenever any science inventions happened, there were always good uses and bad uses with it. Electricity is there, and when a shock happens, death of a person happens. For that, we don't actually fear about that, and we run away from it and not using electricity. We have to take all the precautions, whatever is needed, to create a protective layer. That is a must, rather than running away from, like, fear should not actually make you run away from innovations. My personal advice would be, I always tell, accept it without even knowing it. What is it? Accept it. Then try to understand it, and just bifurcate the good uses and the bad uses, and then take the good uses only. Why will you go to the bad uses? And there will be people, those who are going to use the bad uses. Then there the protective layer should enter, and then we can, cross that also. I'm sure about it.
So I remember when we used to teach children in the class, there were some teachers who were not well versed with this artificial intelligence just 4 years before the pandemic. So when teachers don't have the equipped resources, or if they don't have any kind of what do you call any external teaching method or something. So they just store whatever they want, a story or anything in a pen drive, bring it to the class, and just show it on the projector and let the children watch the story. Then after the story is over, when you ask the children, what did you learn from the story, or आपको कैसे लगे story, or take the feedback from the every child in their own way, what they have learned. So I remember 2 or 3 children telling me, my mom and dad show me this story 3, 4 times a week. I'm fed up of the same story. So I think the small children at that age, I think they were 4 or 5, now they must be 8 or 9. So at that age, the 4-year-old child is telling me, my dad and mom show me this story every week. So I'm not learning anything new. The teacher is also showing me this. So how can you create a different kind
See,
of a learning over here?
actually, like now the present situation, students have a very limited span of attention. They don't have a broad span of attention. So what the teachers should actually engage them. Like when a child is into an activity, they will never get bored. They will never ever get bored. But when the child is actually like not engaged, and a story is told for the purpose of narrating a story, when the story should be narrated with some activity, maybe an acting, maybe a puppet show, maybe even the child can interact, do, I mean,
Yeah.
role playing something, then they will show some interest towards that. Apart from that, I don't think children like, because even parents nowadays, they know, like, I need to tell a story to my child to help him in his moral classes. Maybe like moral values are to be inculcated. So educated parents want them to listen to stories. They, what do? A day, they maybe 2 or 3 days they tell stories. After that, they show the screen time. With the help of a screen, they are going to show the story.
Yeah.
Now there also they are listening to the same story. And you, even Indians do not go for new stories. We are still with the thirsty crow, like Fox and the Grapes. Now, before even the child enter the school, the child has listened to that Fox and Grapes and the thirsty crow 100 times. And why will he show again interest towards the same story inside the classroom also? The mean of showing is also, the medium is also the same, like screen. So like they actually get bored now, because they are disengaged, they are not engaged. They have to get them engaged. Otherwise, I mean, this is just a kind of time pass, I will say. I'm very not happy to say this word, but then this is actually time pass. Otherwise, like even the thirsty crow can be enacted, can be put with puppets and shown.
Yes.
So when this is happening, like the child will never get bored. The main principle here is we should engage them in doing it. Otherwise, they will, because already I said their span of attention is very less. And in that, we are showing the same story again and again. Why will he or she listen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how can teachers connect AI for the numeracy skills?
Like even I would say, like for example, like I said right now, why should we stick to the same stories that is thirsty crow? They can actually go for that. I like ChatGPT example. Ask ChatGPT a proper prompt. Even prompt writing is an art now, because you also must be knowing it. Prompt engineering is catching up quite.
Yes.
I mean, and one side that is catching up, but then the ChatGPT 4.0 is already having chat like prompt generator is also there. So like you can ask for ChatGPT to give a new story, a short story with the only, maybe you want some animals to be involved. So a rabbit and this, then this and this. And like you can give a prompt properly, mentioning the age group also, and a very short story. You will not believe, ma'am. it gives wonderful role play stories, whichever level you wanted. It will, because once, like I had asked for a story on photosynthesis. So it had given me a wonderful story I have never even imagined. Like it was telling, near a tree, group of students were playing around. After some time, they took a break, and then they had their food. The tree was asking them, "What are you all doing?" And the children said, "We are eating food." The tree asked, "Where did you get the food?" Then the children were saying, like, the food was cooked, like by my mother. And how it was cooked? My mother used water and spices and the ingredients, and then she heated it, and then she cooked the food. And now the tree told, "I will also cook my own food. So I will get heat from sunlight, I'll get water, the chlorophyll is the spices, and with the help of oxygen, I am going to prepare my food." And
Yeah.
this process of preparation of food with the help of, you know, like uh, uh, sunlight and all
This
these
is
things is
innovation.
called as
Yeah.
photosynthesis. You tell me, ma'am, in such a case, will the children ever forget this concept? They will never ever. So you can, like, all resources you can definitely get from artificial intelligence tools.
It is like using science into the practical project-based learning kind of a thing, and using AI also along with it. So
Yes.
it has to be, that is what the teachers are not aware, the educators are not aware, how to infuse and fuse all this into one kind of a thing. So this has to be inculcated through practical, the way you are doing and the
Like,
educators are doing.
they should, first of all, they should realize what
Exactly.
AI can do to them.
Yes, yes.
So, like, it is not that way, like they can just listen and do it.
Yeah.
They have to undergo practical experience, what we call experiential learning. Even introducing of a tool will not actually help. They should, hands on experience should be done. They should use the tool and practice. And when we, like, even 1 hour on artificial intelligence will not be justified to even
Exactly.
tell the teachers, like, you are ready for artificial intelligence. They are to be introduced, or they make them realize the importance of it. They should undergo professional developments and trainings again and again, and they should be introduced to these kind of tools. I'm not saying every tool. We need to choose few tools which are going to really help them out, and
Yes.
we need to actually tell them how to use these tools, and they should use it within that time, and they should use it and realize it, yes, this is giving me wonderful result, outcome, which I can take it into the classroom. So what will happen, that the change will not actually happen in a day. It will, like, as and when they start using it, when they realize my time used in such kind of things are reduced to quarter.
Yes.
Because, like, you can understand, ma'am, like, chat gpt, when you ask a question, you blink your eye and open, that's it, you get the answer. The same with the teachers need to create PowerPoint presentation when they were not tech savvy. When the time is given to prepare for PowerPoint presentation for their lessons, like, they take a whole week to complete it. Again, here one liner prompt will definitely give them a proper skeleton of a PowerPoint presentation. After that, modification can be done as and when the child, when the teacher wants to do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I think we covered most of the aspect of the first three questions. And the question now comes is, in what ways can AI, artificial intelligence, enhance student engagement and motivation?
The first and foremost is when adaptive learning systems are used for teaching. When teachers use these kind of platforms, what will happen is the students will get to know instant feedback. So first and foremost, like when they get to know instant feedback for his hard work, he's put it on the platform, he gets the instant, that itself is a great motivation for the child. Rather than hanging around for a long period and they forget what kind of paper I attempted, and then they don't even know what kind of hard work they put in, and like they get it. So motivation comes from there. Engagement, there are, like the first one, personal learning system, like where the artificial intelligence will collect all the students performance report, analysis, and even it will analyze the weaknesses and strength and everything, and it will come out with the corrective measures to bridge that gap. So now again, their engagement, actually the child will be engaged, where the child, like there is a one proper example I could say. There is a platform which is called Dreambox, which is a max portal. It gives them engaged content. Everything is engaged content. The child is going to do everything, and the level is analyzed by the platform, and the instant feedback is given, and it will actually ask the teacher to intervene where there is a need for help. And the next difficulty level is also fixed by the platform, so that, like, as per, if the child has completed third level, then the difficulty level will be a little bit better. And if the same class child could not finish first level, the child will be given a low profile task to them, so that they can. So this kind of, there are, like, that is what I said, there are many things to explore and learn.
Yeah.
We need to, it is not like a booklet given and learned and finished up. It is to be explored, and we need to choose what suits our students, our area students, that we need to choose.
Wonderful. I think this comes in the classroom management also.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yes.
You can blend it into the classroom management techniques also.
Right.
Yeah. So the most crucial question of the session today, what are the challenges of integrating AI technologies into the existing education system? The first thing is, I would like to have an idea from you. What do you think is actually the existing education system? First, you can just give me a feedback on that, and then we come to the challenges.
See, like the existing system is a mixture of traditional and modern methodologies happening, because, like, when we talk about our traditional method, it always says one size fits for all. There is no personalized learning, or like there no critical thinking skills or creative thinking skill, or the 21st century skills are it was focusing on delivering knowledge, and uh, rote memorization was promoted. Though I would say, like, some, like, it was effective, it was very effective, it is very effective, but it has its own limitation, right? And when MEP came, lot many trainings were happening in every school. Every teacher was given training on NEP and NCF, and it actually promotes or focuses on integration of technology into the. So it is that way. The schools which can afford to integrate technology into the classroom, they have started with it. And the schools which are looking forward to, and they are looking forward for resources to get into. So I would say, like, I cannot define it as it is they are following traditional, they are following modern. Like, it is still happening in a midway only. And again, NEP 2020 also not an easy task to do it in a year or twice, in 2 years. It is going to take a bit of time for that. So this is the situation of the present education system. And I mean, the challenges, first is artificial intelligence. Every tool, almost every tool, whichever, like, to my knowledge, whichever I have explored, comes with a free version and a pro version. When you want to get into for your school and teachers, when the number of users are increased, it is definitely going to come with a price. So it involves cost. That is one bigger challenge. And then this potential resistance of the stakeholders, I should say this, that is also there. Like, I mean, why to change? Everything is happening very well. Like, the children are getting good marks, the percentage is very good, and the system is going on very well. The parents are happy. Why do we need to go for a change? That is the potential, resistance, which I would say that is on. And the third one, uh, equitable. Like, I may use in my school, like the children will be given assignments on using adaptive learning platforms or personalized learning platforms. But what will happen there will be like, if the child is not having Wi-Fi, if the child is not able to access internet at home, there are families which are not, they don't access. Might be the parent, one of the parent may be having it, or even that parent is not using internet. That kind of situation is still here. So that will also be a major challenge. And finally, definitely, when you have to bring in artificial intelligence, the teachers should be equipped with that knowledge. Without that, this is going to be a failure.
So what is the reaction of yours when you feel that it is challenging for the educators? So do you think that educators are being given the skills in the teacher training institutes? So when you take session, they are able to understand the connection between these things?
Like, as far as like whichever schools I have taken sessions, I like the excitement of the teachers when they
Yes.
hear about a tool. And even during the session also, sometimes they pick up the mobile and start checking on that. So I could see quite a lot of excitement amongst the teachers. If they are properly trained, I am so sure they will adapt into the system. I would like to tell this also here. Like, when, like, these are the educators fraternity is the ones, when COVID happened, I think within 2 days, almost 90% of the schools had come up with the online classes. And it's not an easy task. Like, the teachers are to be made ready to conduct online classes. Yes. So 24/7 trainings were given to them, and they were all ready to do that within that stipulated time. So when there is an emergency, the whole fraternity jumped into that to get trained and, like, get into the online classes. And I'm so sure, if this also, like, given to them, definitely they will
But I
adapt
think
themselves.
I think overuse of this thing in the peak days of the COVID, that was 2021 and 22, where every human race was struggling to adapt to so many things, not only technology, but to many other things.
Like,
Because
when
it
we
was a
talk
sudden
about
world.
education, it is
Yeah.
majorly, it is technology.
Yeah. So I think after 1.5 to 2.5 hours, not the youngsters, but even the high school students, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, found it little bit a kind of a mental drainage, and it affected their
It
mental
is.
stability
It
also.
was there. Definitely, it was there. And the teachers were feeling it, parents were feeling it.
Okay.
But then there was no option left out.
Yes.
There was no option, because we cannot leave one generation just like
Yes.
that without,
Exactly.
undergoing
Learning
any
can never
kind
stop.
of education. Yes.
Yes. As we say, learning never stops, no matter whatever the challenges are.
Yeah.
So, but that human touch was missing, even though they were on screen.
Again, I just forgot to tell you that the challenges, again, one of the major challenges, you cannot replace a teacher. Technology cannot replace a teacher.
No way.
Because teaching requires, like, human touch. Without that, it will not happen. Might be the instant help will be given by the artificial intelligence, support will be given, but then somebody is there to should be there to listen to them,
Exactly.
you know. So that emotional intelligence part will be definitely missing, and that will be again a major challenge when we introduce artificial intelligence.
Exactly. So that is why they always say human race has to be so strong to adapt to whatever the challenges they face in life. So coming to the second last question, what measures can be taken to ensure data privacy and security when using AI in education? Like there are so many literary platforms now coming, which I have now stopped writing for because every writer is now copying each one's content and becoming a writer. And so they don't have that expertise, that grammatical skills, that the kind of the verbal language to be used in a matter in a written format with नहीं आता है तो copy paste कर लो इधर से ले लो उधर से ले लो and then you just cannot track who has taken your content. So how can you share your feedback over here?
See, this is a potential threat, right?
Yes.
And all these stakeholders and policy makers have to discuss on this. I'm not sure whether this process has started or not, because you know, like even YouTube has introduced a small, when you are posting videos, it has introduced a small area where it asks whether artificial intelligence content is there or not. So I think when policy makers will have a control on those who are creating, see, again I say, this is human created intelligence
Exactly.
into machines. So when billions, millions, and trillions of parameters are shared with the machines, and the machine is going to analyze the pattern and it is going to deliver that. So when the training part itself, if there is a control over like misuse of technology is done, then only this will happen. I am not sure whether this has started or not. Like, but then I think because it has been talked all over the places about the challenges. Again, about the safety and security of the privacy issues kind of thing, we need to, like, I think when the COVID came and the children were using, you know, technology, at that time itself, there were sessions on cyber security, how the students cannot should not share their personal data everywhere, how they should have another mail account which they can use for everywhere signing in, their personal things cannot be shared everywhere, phone numbers cannot be shared. So those kind of literacy should be started from early stage one. Like when artificial intelligence come, we cannot tell the children not to use artificial intelligence. We know very well about it. During meditation, when we were told do not think about monkey, then we will definitely think about monkey, right? The similar way, when we say do not use artificial intelligence for this,
Exactly.
then definitely children are going to be curious and they will knock the door and then find out. Instead, if we give them literacy, and then we can tell them all the implications of artificial intelligence, they will be safely, genuinely using artificial intelligence tools. This is personally what I feel.
Very well agree. Very well agree. Yes. So how can teachers make AI create fun learning in the classroom? In short.
Like as I said, all the resources are available to create a fun inside classroom, and most of the schools are having smart boards also. So they actually need to use all those resources with the help of artificial intelligence tools and do it. There are virtual reality devices are there, like Atal Tinkering Lab is providing all those things, and there are augmented reality things are there, devices are there. Those are very interesting, very fun loving, and very engaging at the same time, giving knowledge also. So teachers have to explore and find out ways and means to bring in fun loving activities. Again, I would like to say here, we don't need much of the technology to bring in fun inside the classroom. If a teacher thinks with the small one balloon also, she can create fun
Yes.
inside the classroom. Like even with a bottle, take a bottle and tell them right and left turn. This is a simple activity which is actually going to create a lot of fun inside the classroom. So teachers should be creative, and they should actually explore to find out how fun activities can be included in the classroom.
That has to become from अंदर से कैसे
Yes,
करना है, क्या करना
inborn, we
है.
can say it is inborn quality kind of thing.
Yes. So we completed this round 2 of the wonderful, I will say, a practical cum theoretical approach blended. I wouldn't say blended learning, but yes, we did cover the theoretical aspect, converting into the practical understanding of how reimagining education in the age of artificial intelligence can be done. And it's all about removing your inner spark and trying to create more experiments and checking on the
True,
at
true.
present moment. Yeah. So round 3 starts, ma'am. This is for you, for yourself and
Yeah.
your personality or whatever.
Yeah.
So first question over your 5 minutes, 5 questions. What accomplishment fills you with pride so far this year or in these 4 years?
I would like to see like my like I've got a very lengthy experience in education sector, but what I am right now enjoying after retirement, I would like to say this to everywhere, that I had a very wonderful experience, like teacher, like I started as a nursery school teacher also. I have become every level I have seen, I have become a coordinator, vice principal and principal. And but then after retirement, I thought, I was thinking that I'm having wonderful time to utilize for my personal
Exactly.
passionate things, Like I am very happy to tell you that I'm giving trainings and workshop to varied schools on varied topics. Previously, I used to tell this is my expertise area and I do that only. Now, when the schools demand for customization, then I do it. I'm learning quite a lot and I'm spreading knowledge also quite a lot. So this phase, I am thinking this is actually my accomplishment.
So this session, the moment when I connected with you, you were all ready, sparked up and looking fresh for the session. Like all, yes, this is it. It shows on the the personality of a person that yes, the passion does reflect what we are set out to do. So
Right.
how do you keep things fresh? Particularly, what will you advise for seasoned teachers?
Uh, if you ask me, I mean, I would like to say, like, after retirement only, I am too much busy, I should say, because, like, I am a workaholic, and I mean, spend quite a lot of time in learning things. I'm so fond of learning, whether like I attend most of the webinars if I get time. And like every webinar may not be that good, but like I think out of 1 hour webinar, if I'm taking only 2 points takeaway, that is my accomplishment. So like I do search for that one thing, what I can learn from that.
Exactly.
That is actually like driving me.
वो एक रहता है ना कि हाँ मुझे ये चीज नहीं आती, मुझे ये सीखना है, तो एक अच्छा मेंटर मिल जाए, एक अच्छा गाइड
Right,
मिल
right.
जाए कि यस वो हमें सही दिशा दिखा दे जरा.
So as I said before, the teachers also should develop the habit of
Exactly.
finding what next, instead of going year after year, the same process, same
Exactly.
experiments. They should look for something new to bring into the
Very good.
classroom.
Yes.
Yes.
And which is going to help them. I
Right.
always say which is going to help them. It's not about your attitude or ego. It's
They
your
are going to be beneficial.
yes,
out of it.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
So the third question is, in which teacher's class would you like to enroll for a day and why? If you are a student, if you want to become a student again. So which
Okay.
teacher's class would you like to enroll for a day and why?
I would like to say, like, I would love to enter 5th standard class. Reason being, there is no much, like they are not treated as so small also. They are not treated as so big also. But then that level normally involves in every activity, every function, every sports day, annual day, everywhere they are very busy. Reason is that only they are a very, comfortable zone of students. We can actually like, and they don't, they don't comment upon you, like they don't have any negative thoughts here. Like they are so pure and fresh souls. So like I think I love being there.
वो ऐसा है ना कि बारिश में पडल में बच्चा नाच रहा है बस ऐसा कैफरी हो नो स्ट्रेस
Very true, very true, very true.
So when you enter a training session, wherever you go, oh, what is the first thing you look for, and how does it charge you? What is the charged up spirit that you get?
Like my first and foremost question is the which is the previous training you attended, and if the whole lot gives the same answer, then I will be very happy. Why? Because they all, they have understood, they are remembering that. And in any of the schools, no, like when we ask, like one will be saying, ma'am, like classroom management, somebody is saying NEP, somebody is saying something else. That means like they are not actually on track. That actually gives me energy.
Wonderful. So one last question on the spot question. If you won a lottery, and decided to give up teaching, would you give up teaching for a lottery?
See, I mean, like I will get a lottery
No,
if
like for
only I
example,
will leave the
no,
job.
it is like taking a risk that somebody has told you, please buy a lottery and give up on this teaching and all this. This is not going to give you the satisfaction that money is going to provide you. So, and you are 50% given an assurance कि आपकी lottery लगेगी ही लगेगी. So, would you take a risk of taking the lottery, or would you pursue your
I don't
passion?
think I will pick up the lottery. And here right now, before concluding, I would like to tell you this also. I heard the owner, Mr. Khan of Khan's Academy, he said, if in front of me an amazing teacher with zero technology and an amazing technical knowledge person, but an average teacher, whom you will choose? And Mr. Khan said that I will definitely choose the amazing teacher with no technology. So
I
I'm
think
also in that category. I will choose the amazing
most
teacher.
of us won't go for it because it is better to risk yourself in a challenging environment and learn rather than opt for an easy route.
Right, right, right.
So it's yeah. I mean, it all depends on a mindset.
Right,
It's a
right.
इसके mindset में क्या चल रहा है. Wonderful, ma'am. It was a really wonderful interaction with you and a lot of insightful learning. And yeah, summarizing the whole section, I would like to share some what ma'am has said. Ma'am has shared on the session is that AI can contribute to bridging educational gaps by providing accessible and inclusive learning solutions. All the strategies mentioned by ma'am. Language translation services, voice recognition tools, and other AI applications can assist students with diverse needs, not only students, educators also. Ensuring that education is inclusive. When we talk about inclusive education, this also comes in the inclusive education and reaches all the segments of the society as said by the NEP 20 policy. The session has given as an eye-opener on what ma'am has said on the research-based solution, experimentation, innovation, and many other things ma'am has said. I think most of the educators who will watch the session will definitely benefit, including studying learning patterns, educational psychology, and the impact of technology on education, how we can create. So AI in the NEP 2020 reflects a paradigm move towards adaptive technology to create a more inclusive, skill-oriented, and efficient education system, not only in India, but across the globe. As the execution of artificial intelligence in education continues to evolve, it has all the potential balanced to significantly contribute to achieving the objectives set by the NEP. And I think we do not need to depend on the NEP. We need to bring our own innovation also, connecting
True.
with what NEP wants us.
True, true.
So this is what ma'am has shared with all of us today. And it's a pleasure to have ma'am with all of us. And I think there are two participants over here. You have anything to share, please?
Yeah,
Go with your video camera.
thank you, Pragati, Megha, and Sonal for attending. I'm so happy you attended.
Do you want to share something? Please put your hands up.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. So very good session, ma'am. I like it. And मैम ने बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस जो दिया है वो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा और मैम से हम टच में भी हैं. बट एक क्वेश्चन मेरे माइंड में था वो
हाँ.
जो मैम से मैं पूछना चाह रही थी कि क्या हम बच्चों को गैजेट से, एक्चुअली आई एम ए प्री प्राइमरी टीचर, तो गैजेट से क्या हम थोड़ा सा दूर करके ही बच्चों को कुछ अटेंशन या अट्रैक्टिव सा कुछ करवा सकते हैं कि हमें गैजेट का ज्यादा यूज ना करना पड़े. मैं
एक्चुअली गैजेट्स टीचर्स यूज कर सकते हैं. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को भी टीचर्स यूज कर सकते हैं, लेकिन एट दिस एज अभी गैजेट्स को क्लासरूम में ना लाएं. दैट इज माय ओन पर्सनल ओपिनियन.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू.
Anything else? Megha ji?
No, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
For wonderful session.
Hi, Sonal. You want to say something?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Actually, I was really very glad to hear you, ma'am, and really learned many new things of impact of technology in the education and whatever you said. It was really glad to hear all that.
It's all my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Megha ji, you want to share anything? The platform is open for you to share.
Megha?
Pragati, do you want to share anything more? Okay. So here we take end of the session. Ma'am, over to you for the last leg of the session. Would you like to give any message to the audience, to the educators across the globe, how we can create a better, I will not say a healthy education system, but a better education system through our own ways of teaching and imparting knowledge? Over to you, ma'am.
See, to conclude with, I would say whenever there is something new or innovation coming up, like try to understand that and accept it. As I said before, this artificial intelligence is the future that we need to actually understand it, accept it, and we need to utilize it. Right now, as I said, the genie is out, the Pandora box has opened. Now you cannot close it, but realize understand the importance of these kind of new things coming up, how it is going to be helpful in your teaching profession and also in your personal friend. And then, like, when you realize what benefit it is going to give is actually the time which you're going to get is the golden hour that you're going to use for your professional task, that is the teaching, right?
I think Aruna Suresh ma'am has been a very practical educator. What she has seen, she is imparting over here for all the educators across the globe. And definitely, I will like to share with all of you that please do share this session as much as you can so that educators can gain a lot of knowledge through insightful, I will say, verbal conversation, because a lot is hidden in Aruna ma'am's speech. तो आप सुनिए उसको, अंदर से निकालिए, इनोवेट कीजिए, आपको करा सोना मिलेगा. Definitely, yes. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful
It's my pleasure, and I thoroughly enjoyed the session, and I am wishing you all good luck for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Right.
And definitely, we are going to create a global revolution through Metamorphosis.
Sure,
I am going to invite more and more over here so that international educators also learn through what Indian system of teaching is and how Indians are implementing the artificial intelligence in their curriculum also. So all the participants, ma'am, please send me their name. They will be getting a participant certificate for today's session. So thank you so much once again, everyone,
My
for this
pleasure. My
wonderful
pleasure.
session,
Thank you. Thank
insightful learning, and privileged to have Aruna Suresh ma'am for today's, I will say, a very, very healthy conversation connected with education. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, ma'am. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. Thank you.
Thank you.